I came across some research the other day that was incredibly useful in addressing the current needs in leadership development. You see, when you think about it, if you're embarking on leadership development or any sort of professional development for yourself or for your team, traditionally there are three pillars that are addressed. Right? The first of those are skills. What are the skills you need to learn to be a great leader? Then there's, of course, knowledge. Not just knowledge of leadership, but knowledge of your organization, of the environment, the world around you. And the third pillar is that of behaviors. What are the behaviors that you need to adopt? But this research, which was on consciousness development, offered a fourth pillar. Now, consciousness development is really all about our ability to think more deeply, to intellectually, step outside of ourselves and to think critically and creatively about a situation or a problem. It's our ability to make sense of and to embrace complexity and ambiguity. And when you think about it, that makes absolute sense in today's business environment. So, of course, then the question for me was, well, how do you do that? What are some of the mechanisms you need to put in place to help you, become a deeper thinker? And the paper offered a number of alternatives. So two of them. Firstly, is through experiential learning. Yes, it's important to learn in a boardroom, in a training room, in a formal environment. But then applying that knowledge, those skills, to a complex situation. So experiential learning isn't just about joining a program or a project to apply what you've learned. It's about joining a program that will stretch you, that will test you, that will make you feel uncomfortable. So you're not just going to get everything right in practice. You're going to stumble and trip. You're going to come across some roadblocks and some barriers. And because of that, that puts you into a situation where you have to start thinking more deeply. You have to start critically figuring out how to solve problems. And it's that complexity of experiential learning that helps us get to that deeper state of thinking. And another way mentioned was that of self-reflection and self-awareness. So great leaders are great self-reflectors. They're really good at sitting down and working out, how can I do that better? How can I learn? What did I miss? In fact, it really is parallel with a growth mindset. So our ability to learn to be self-reflective in a constructive way is incredibly important. And one of the ways you can do that, of course, is through journaling, for example, on a daily basis, but also perhaps through having a coach, an organizational or a leadership coach. So there you are, this research, and I'll put a link to the paper actually in the comments of this particular post. But yeah, consciousness development, our ability to think deeply, is what can really help leaders deal with the complexity we find ourselves in the current business environment. Talk soon.